So I'm recording, and this is going to be amusing because I don't actually have the questions, so I'm just going to wing this.
Ask, so.
And
I'm afraid.
Which is always a fun combination.
All you can see is your eyes. Sorry.
Okay. So what was the initial thing that compelled you to join the production?
Katie Payne, right there.
Katie Payne.
Katie Payne.
Well, she's not on screen, so let's not
Katie
point.
Payne. I was at my school, and Katie told me that her best friend, which would be you, was making a short film, and that she thought I would be good for it. And I was like, well, if Katie says I should do it, then I was like,
because Katie's word is God.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
And so would you? I guess what was the initial reaction when you went in for the audition?
Well, first of all, I thought that you were in college.
Okay.
And I thought that it was going to be you and whoever played Paul in your backyard with a camcorder, and that it was going to be showing in like a college classroom. That's what I thought.
Okay.
And I wasn't expecting you to be you at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you expecting me to be?
White, nerdy, just like frizzy hair. Yeah. You're far cooler than I thought you'd be.
So you read the script and you thought a white nerdy girl wrote it?
Well,
yeah.
Now that I think on that,
yeah.
That was pretty foolish.
Well, not
but
really.
I didn't know you at that time.
Which is, right? Do you regret that?
Regret what?
Knowing me?
No. You're a grand adventure.
That's because
that was
a
very. Could you tell?
That was a very politically correct statement.
I tried.
So when you got through obviously I said yes and cast you. You're like.
I cried when I got your email.
Did you?
I got it. Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Did I not? Well, I didn't know you very well at that time, but yeah, I did.
So did you ever expect like it to be as legit?
I didn't expect any of this. But I thought, I'm sure there were some people who may or may not have been discovered or whatever you want to call it, through like college classes or whatever. And I was like, something could, happen, and something could, someone important could see this, and then all of a sudden, like, all these people were just like seeing it and all this stuff, and I was like, this is way beyond what I expected it to be.
And so we did did we ever do an official read-through with you and Patrick, like, through the whole script?
That we had one run through like 2 days before we started filming, and that was it.
For the whole script.
But Patrick and I, at Spill the Beans, Patrick and I read part of the script together with Rebecca and Katie there, and Rebecca filmed it.
And
but we never had.
You actually winged a couple of this, and the thing about a lot of the scenes that there were a couple scenes that I knew we'd have to go over. Just the dialogue heavy ones, but there were certain scenes I just didn't want to practice because I wanted to come naturally.
The newness would have worn off, and it would have just been like rehearsed.
Kind of robotic.
Yeah.
And, so for you as an actor, because you've done stage, what was the transition from stage to film like?
It was not. It's harder than I think, but once you get it, you pretty much got it. It's just like mostly the thing you learn on stage. You gotta project, and you gotta, speak out and all this stuff. And I remember during the audition, I was like yelling, and you're like, "Yeah, you don't have to do that." Stuff. And it's weird because you have to control your face at every second. Because on stage, no one can really tell. When you're on film, they see every little detail that you do. So.
You have to be on all the time.
Yeah, that was hard.
And I guess for me, I think it was the S. Matthew sessions. How did you feel about those? Like,
I was honestly, I didn't want to tell you this, but I was scared to death. I was like, I'm gonna suck at this, and she's gonna be like, why did I pick this girl? And then me and April started doing it, and it was just like April pretty much like controlled those sessions.
Well, but the thing about it is April said you were fantastic to play off of because you gave her a lot. And she was in the second session.
Sorry.
She was genuinely frustrated with you.
Oh, I'm sure she was.
She's like, I could have just reached over and slapped that girl upside the head and be like, answer my question.
I have that effect.
And, but for me, it was really, did you feel like it was like a turning point? Like after that, you felt like you really had a better understanding of who Skye was?
I did, because they're just playing a Katy Perry song over there and dancing. Oh my gosh, please get them on film. Get them on film right now. Dang.
They would stop.
Oh, they're dancing. It was very helpful because it was like before what happened in the film, and I felt like I got a good like background, and it felt like kind of like I had lived her life, as odd as that sounds. So yeah, it was very helpful.
Let me think. What else was the other one? Favorite principal photography. Was it what you expected it to be?
Just like the pictures we took?
No, the main principal.
Well, photography is pictures.
No, principal photography principles. The 3 days we shot.
It was not at all what I thought it would be.
Okay.
I did not realize how difficult it was to convey what you wanted to with one camera. That was a pain. Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
Well, and then the train.
The train. It was mostly just like Timmy, just like throwing rocks and like they're here, and like standing in water and like levitating. I got it.
Sorry.